Welcome to my double blend mode text effect in Adobe Express, modeled or inspired by a Netflix trailer I just saw where the letters are a gradient where it's see-through into a photo or cityscape landscape in the background, right? So just like that one, you can see through into the background and there's a two-color gradient. So it showcases a couple of advantages that Adobe Express has over Canva, using blend modes, working with transparency, and inverting selections. Thank you, Adobe Express. Okay, so we are going to do this by starting out by making a gradient, put it on top. This gradient is just a black and white gradient. And then I added a duotone adjustment. And then I changed the blend mode to drop out the white pixels. And I downloaded this text. Then I uploaded it. Then I removed the background. Then I chucked it into this image that has also some green and some blue, even though my gradient direction was incorrect. And then I actually duplicated the text. And on top of the top layer, I changed the screen mode, the blend mode to multiply. Oh my God. So, all right. It took a little tinkering to kind of get the punchy green saturated color that kind of matches like the punchy saturated color in the original, but whatever works for you is great. So get a picture of some kind of landscape shot, maybe with a building, maybe with some blue sky and something else, and go blue to whatever else you're trying to match. So let's do it. All right, so I went to Google Images and downloaded a Sonoma State image. So if you want to follow my lead, here we go, there it is, since I just downloaded it. If you don't see it, maybe go to size large or search for Sonoma State University Schoolville. All right, with a K and not a CH. Okay, so download it. Got it on the desktop, right? Nice big image. Little lens distortion there with the diagonal buildings, but it's okay. We'll use it. All right, so let's get a new Adobe Express document with the purple plus button and make it 1920 by 1080. Or, I don't know, we could just choose landscape. But let's dial it in so it's exactly what we want. 1920, 1080. Doesn't matter. I just put these on YouTube, so you could choose a square or whatever you're going to output to. All right, so we want to get some text. And the text I chose was from its graduate regular, which I saved from Adobe Fonts. Right, so if you go to Adobe Font and type in graduate regular, like I said. All right, there it is. So like it, save it, click on whatever that button says. And then you can lay out your type in Adobe Express. So change it to whatever you want your type to say. I think it changes it to uppercase. So let's change it to the graduate regular. And then I wanted to add it. I wanted it to be thicker. You can't choose bold. That font family is not included. Drop down, yeah. So I added black outline and then increased the weight or thickness. And you're probably going to want to like make it huge so you can see it. But that looks pretty good. Sometimes if you get too big, the descenders kind of mix in with each other. And then I went to, let's see, done with text. So I went to Media and Photos. Okay, so I searched for linear gradient black to white, but you could try red to blue or blue to white or something else. And I had to scroll down a little. No, it's not fun to watch scrolling, but eventually I found one that it was exactly what I wanted, white to black, in the middle, midpoint, and I dragged it and let it drop in. All right, so let's see. For now, let's maximize it. And then I adjusted the colors. I tried eyedropping, using the eyedropper to match the shadows and highlights with a duotone adjustment. But I think it works better if you just choose punchy colors. So, all right, sorry, effect, not adjust, and then duotone. And I just used the shadows. I want the green to be on bottom this time, and then the highlights to be like a punchy blue. So, all right. So you could try using different colors or, eyedropping, but it was kind of, you can't really adjust like you can in Photoshop after you eyedropper in Express. So, okay. So if you don't like the midpoint, right, you could like stretch your gradient out and kind of have more blue by moving it down. So you can kind of adjust. So I'm maybe a little more, do that one more time where I get a little more blue. All right, so blue to green, and the grass is on bottom, sky's on top. Change the blend mode, target the top layer, go to edit, opacity, screen, so that wherever there's black, the top image is displayed and the white pixels on the bottom drop out. And then we can do download, upload. So basically merge them, right? I can't really start working. I can't remove background with 2 layers, so I gotta merge them by doing the download and then upload or import trick. So download it, get it on your desktop, add a page, same size, then drop it in. And looking for my center guide there it was. And then I guess we could have changed that gradient, right? I could have made the gradient kind of, since it's on top of the text only, I could have taken my gradient and done something like this to make it a little more punchy. Anyways, all right, so we're rolling. So now that I just uploaded a JPEG, 1 layer, I can hit remove background. And I got my, I wanted that one, the background to be none, just so I can show you. Nice, easy to work with transparency in Adobe Express. So now I can copy this, or I guess first I can add a page and import my cityscape or architecture or vineyards, redwoods. Come on, I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time. Okay, import, good, and get it centered, drag a corner over, get that tree out of the way, I guess, drag a corner down, get the person out of the way, and then just kind of resize it, clock tower, keep it visible. All right, getting closer. So now I want to grab my text, Command C, and put it on top of the city, Command V. So I've used blend modes once. Now I'm going to use blend modes again. I thought multiply looked better. When I did it, it kind of looks a little washed out. So I kind of tried to adjust it in here by seeing which sliders like kind of increased some of the blues and the greens. So you can try playing with these sliders, adding some saturation really works. And then what I kind of thought worked too was to duplicate the text. Duplicate ... from the contextual menu. Try to click and shift click on the 2 pieces of type and then do position, top and left. And then when you duplicate it, I guess it's already got the blend mode set to multiply because you duplicated it. So a little hard to read there on the right. I don't know. You could group them. You could See, the problem is I need to lock my background layer, or else it gets selected. So lock the background layer, marquee drag, group, and then you can kind of, I don't know, I guess it's when the O gets a little complex over there. It looks fine on the white. Looks fine like that. So you can reposition as needed, but that is how I created my double blend mode text effect. Hope you liked it. Have fun. Bye.